With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone, let us start with our question. In this question, what is given? There are two statements. Statement 1 says that magnitude of torque of a force about a given point does not depend upon the location of the origin of the coordinate system. And the second statement is moment of moment of a couple is different for different point in its plane. Okay, so whether it is correct or incorrect, we just say for the statement 1. So if we just draw a figure, just a very simple figure to represent whether statement 1 is true or not true. So let us say that there is a force which is acting like this. Okay, let's say this would be our force. Okay, this is our force vector, and let's say we need to calculate the torque about this point. Let's say this it is acting at point P, and we need to calculate the torque about the point Q. Okay, now how is torque given? Torque is basically R cross F, or we can say that it could be represented in many ways. We can say that RF sine theta, or we can say that torque would be equals to R perpendicular distance multiplied by force. Okay, we can calculate in this way. Now if we see this, if we join these 2 points, okay, if we join these 2 points, so this would be the R vector, this would be the R vector. Okay, so we just take this point here. Let's say this our Q is here. So this is our Q. Now, so what would be the value of the force? So if we take the perpendicular distance between these two, so the perpendicular would be this term. So if this is our R, this is theta, so this would be our R sine theta. From here to here, this would be our R sine of theta. So this will, in this way we can get our value of the torque as RF sine theta or R perpendicular into F. That means torque would depend upon the perpendicular distance between the force and the point at which we need to get the value of this. Now for example, our origin is located like this. So if we have origin here, let's say this is our X and this is our Y and this is our X. So whether the at this point this is our origin, or we can say that this is our origin. Now even if we have origin at this point or we have origin like this, so it would not affect in any way the perpendicular distance. That means the torque would be independent of the location of the origin. That means first statement is what? First statement is true. Okay, so that means it is true. Now the second statement, moment of force is different for different point in its plane. No, this is wrong. So the moment of force, we say that moment of force is given as, how do we get the moment of force? It is equals to force multiplied by the distance between the force, between the two forces. Okay, so for example, if this is one of the force, let us just represent the situation. If this is one of the force and this is another force, okay, so it would form a couple when the force are equal and they are separated by a distance. Let's say the distance is d and they are in the opposite direction. Okay, now this value of the force, this value of the moment would be independent of the plane. So the total moment developed at any point would be same. For example, let us choose this point. Let's say at point 1. What is the total value of the torque at this point, or the total value of the couple at this point? It would be equals to, now due to this force is passing through this point only, so there would be no torque due to this force. Now this force is at a perpendicular distance of d, so we can say that torque would be equals to F into d. Now if we choose our point to be here, this is our point, let's say torque about point 2, what would be the value? So this force is passing through this point, so it would not create any torque, only the torque would be due to this force. And what is the distance? F into d. So the value would remain same irrespective of the plane. So our second statement is false. So what would be the correct option? Correct option would be first is true and second is false. That means our C option is the correct option. Hope you have understood this solution. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.